Hi, Scott Barker, Big Bark Graphics. Welcome to our video customer showcase. Today we are sitting down in the hip and historic Old Town St. Lawrence Market. Actually, one of the TABIA members and one of the BIAs. We are sitting here with John Kiru, Executive Director of TABIA, Toronto Association of Business Improvement Associations. John.
Good morning, Scott.
How are you doing?
Doing well.
Okay, so tell me about TABIA. You know, it's just a bunch of letters to me. What does TABIA mean, and what do you do?
And it is to most people. TABIA represents the 71, soon to be 72, business improvement areas in the city of Toronto. You may recognize these neighborhoods as Lower West Village, the beaches, Greektown on the Danforth, Lower Yorkville. Collectively, there's 27,000 members that belong to those 71 districts. And really what we do is we are the representing body to Main Street retail in the city of Toronto. We represent everybody from the mom and pop variety stores, the local shoe stores, to folks such as Saul Corman at Corey's on the Danforth. So really, TABIA and the BIAs are neighborhoods, commercial members who levy themselves above and beyond the taxes that they pay to the city and use those funds to improve the economic and social well-being of their neighborhoods.
So you're one of your primary goals then is to increase awareness or increase business savvy or increase what for the 27,000 members?
Absolutely. It's a self-help program actually, and what we do is because business people are too busy trying to make a living and survive and keep their business flourishing, we sort of step in and assist them with any of the red tape stuff that they need at City Hall, be it permits for the festivals such as the Taste of the Danforth, the Ukrainian Festival, the Busker Fest, etc. And all those festivals that happen across the city, as well as lobby. We certainly look after the interests of small business. And one of the areas that we're focusing in on, quite frankly, is the tourism sector, because the city of Toronto is the world's most ethnically diverse city, and as such, we have neighborhoods and communities that are out there represented within the BI, such as Corso Italia, Greektown, Little Korea, Chinatown. So we're trying to capitalize on that ethnic diversity and market it out to tourists and locals as well.
Well, I know we met about 6 months ago when we were working on the MAP program. This is one of your initiatives to help increase awareness in Toronto and show people what's out there and what members are out there. And you've broken it down by BIAs, but can you explain a bit about this MAP program?
Absolutely. As the neighborhoods themselves were never recognized as tourism destinations. You have your Casa Lomas, you have your Ontario Place, you have your CN Tower. But the reality is that 82% of the people that come to Toronto as tourists don't stay in hotels. They actually stay with friends and relatives. And as such, they stay in our neighborhoods. And many times they're interested in finding out what is in a neighborhood, where they can go and eat a different cuisine in Toronto. So as such, we've identified all 71 BIAs as a destination map for tourists for these stay in your friends and relatives during your vacation. So it's not just destinations such as the Tower and Ontario Place and the CNE that are featured in this, but also the culinary differences of the neighborhoods across the city, whether you want to eat Greek, Italian, Portuguese, or Korean for that matter. It's all in there. So this map is really the passport to the ethnic neighborhoods and BIAs, places to shop in the city of Toronto, all 71 of them.
I noticed too that you've made this map very fun. It's not one of those detailed city street maps. It's more fun and colorful, and maybe that's to show all the different things in the different BIAs.
Indeed. We've thrown in some icons that reflect the cultural entities of the neighborhood. We've thrown in some facts where you can find out some anecdotal stuff about Toronto. And again, it's a map that's not only full of neat things and identifies neighborhoods and destinations, but also it's a map that allows local business people to be partners with us in, whether it's to put ads inside of the map or to purchase a cover and customize the whole map, the whole city of Toronto and its ethnic neighborhoods into a cover that depicts your corporate image or your own individual BIA.
So you can take the maps, not only can you put an ad in the map, but you can also do your own personal covers like Beck Taxi or the St. Lawrence Market or even just the general city of Toronto. So anybody can do their own specific cover and market to that branch.
Absolutely.
Is that expensive or?
Not at all. The maps work out to be about $1 a piece, so you can actually customize and get yourself a map at about $1 a piece. And obviously, there's bare minimums that we need to reach, etc. But that's all available. I'm sure through you, because you are our printer of record on it. So you've got those numbers, but as well by contacting TABIA at info@toronto-pia.com. So that said, absolutely, we'd love to, because the success of this map is not doing the creative and printing him. It's actually getting him out there in the hands of the tourists, in the hands of the neighborhood people that are out there wanting to discover the city of Toronto and its unique neighborhoods, because after all, Toronto is the city of neighborhoods.
And your 27,000 members will help distribute this.
Absolutely. We've got a number of our members. As you mentioned, Beck Taxi is a prime distributing point. They took over 10,000 maps that are going out through their drivers into hands of tourists. And certainly the drivers are more than capable of identifying a tourist versus a local and handing that map out to them to encourage them to go out and enjoy what Toronto has to offer them. So our members, our BIAs, some of the banks are starting to distribute these, real estate companies, etc. So it is starting to penetrate the neighborhoods, which is exactly what this is all about.
Well, that sounds really exciting. So if you want to hit people coming into Toronto, which is about 12 million of them, you said, visitors to Canada, but they're staying with friends and family, good market to hit. Now, I know you're sort of throwing in with Big Bark at the start of this, but what do you think about Big Bark now? And what would you say to some of my other customers if you had to say something about Big Bark?
Well, we certainly were introduced through an agency that we both work with. They linked us up, and quite frankly, we were very responsive to our needs. Our primary need was an emergency print job, actually, if you remember. And you ran down from north of Toronto and delivered down to me at the exhibition grounds in time to meet my obligations. So that in itself, the ability to deliver on time and good quality, solidified us with yourself. So as a result, when the map project came out, when our handbook printing came out, we certainly sought you out. Your prices were competitive, and as such, as being responsible to my members, I had to look after the competitiveness as well as the quality. You certainly met both those elements, and hence you got the contract for our maps, you got the contract for our other print materials. So that's where the relationship started, really, thanks to the boys at the back room, our agency of record, who have worked with you. We're very pleased with what you've done, and hope to continue to use you for our printing.
Well, thanks so much, John. Again, we're sitting here with John Kiru, Executive Director of TABIA, and we're sitting at the Hot House Cafe, one of the TABIA members, and right in front of the Flatiron Building. Toronto has a lot to offer, and with John pushing the buttons, I guess we're going to get the information out there through these maps. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Scott.